Hi everyone. Hope everyone's doing well today. Today is January 14th, 2021, and I'm going to be talking about Uranus retrograde ending today. So basically what that means, Uranus was started its retrograde back in August of 2020. So if you can kind of rewind and think about all the things that were happening during that time, whether globally or to you personally, that retrograde started actually August 15th, 2020, and today it ends. So what does that mean in terms of you as an artist? Well, I think there's a couple of things that are really similar in terms of applying it to your creative aspect of your life. And basically, it's now the time to reinvent yourself to level up to the next version. When Uranus was retrograde, that entire time up until today, normally when we think of retrogrades, there's a negative connotation. It kind of, people always think that it means something's going to go wrong. Well, it depends on which planet is going retrograde. This retrograde was possibly the most useful and exciting retrograde of all the planets. That being said, Uranus, the planet, represents rebelliousness and perspective shifting. And certainly when you take a look at current events, that makes a lot of sense. You know, we saw a lot of riots, everything that came to light in terms of people's racism, extremist views, things like that. People that perhaps didn't have a strong perspective were forced to shift due to current events. Kind of pick a side, don't just go with the flow, be rebellious. It's also a planet of innovation and breakthroughs. So when Uranus is in retrograde, you will notice a mental growth spurt and a reassessment of everything. Again, innovation means thinking of something new or something that hasn't been done before, or just a different way of doing something. And now that it ends today, what are the next steps? So maybe you as an artist have spent the pandemic, the quarantine. I know a lot of us spent time inside thinking, because what else is there to do? Now that you've had all of this time to assess and build up the courage to perspective shift, what do you do now? I feel like now is the time to reinvent yourself, to try new things, declutter your life from toxic situations, toxic people. You have prepared for this. So it's not something that just happens out of the blue. You've already been reassessing your situation in life. And so now in the next 7 months, the actions that you take will shift you years ahead in life. So now that growth spurt we're talking about, recognizing who you are and your goals, especially as an artist. Because I think sometimes people think that being an artist is very flowy, very creative, and not very structured. Well, again, I think it's time, and we're still in Capricorn season, to take hold of that pragmaticism, to structure your artistic goals. For example, let's say you just want to become better at a technical aspect of your craft. If you're into drawing, maybe you want to focus on shading or tones, or becoming more hyper realistic. And so maybe you pick a celebrity or a famous landscape, and you challenge yourself to draw it as you see it. And maybe you give yourself a certain time limit. Okay, I'm gonna draw this celebrity in 1 week using graphite pencil or, charcoal or whatever. It's time to set those specific goals with a specific timeline that will help you not only develop as an artist, but that type of discipline can translate into the business aspect of being an artist. So let's say you want to show your portfolio, or you want to enter into the juried exhibitions where a panel of jurors, selects artists, and they kind of choose you to be in the exhibition. Some of them will even give you prizes like a first, second, third prize. So these are things that you want to jump on. Now is the time. Now is the time to be innovative like the planet Uranus, and also use that Capricorn energy, infuse that. Like I said, the next 7 months can move you years ahead. 7 months is only like half a year, but in that time, you're gonna move light years ahead. So start thinking bigger, but don't forget the practical aspect of it. A lot of it is just plain and simple dedication and hard work, nothing else. So with that said, this is great news, and I hope everybody has a wonderful January. If you are interested in any tips or tricks on how to get resources and how to apply for shows, you can feel free to message me. I also want to remind you, I have a new series coming up. These are my Muni maps that I'm painting my goddesses on, acrylic on found material, and they are live on Big Cartel currently, and so are the earrings. So I look forward to seeing you next time. Have a great, wonderful day, everybody.